Oh no, a spot on the ground. How could it possibly be? Yep, that's right, something's leaking. And this weekend I was working on installing my disc brakes in the rear back there. Can't tell from this angle, but yep, I put new disc brakes on there, so I had brake fluid leaking everywhere. I hate brakes, I hate brake fluid. So of course I thought this was just my brake fluid, but no, it was just the time that my fluid pump decided to stop working. Let's see if I can get it in here. There it is. So it focuses. So the pump itself is leaking between this the split in the, there it is. You can actually see it dripping right there. The plastic pieces that screw or bolt or whatever it is rusted to pieces, and it's not holding anything together. And as you can tell, there's a pretty sad state of affairs up there for a Northeast XJ. I'm afraid this is just the norm. So, you know, we think we get all the rusty parts off, but we always find more. Alright, so what are we going to need for this job? Well, first of all, you're going to need some replacement parts. So I actually got these with a bottle on eBay. I was going to say YouTube. You can get them at the junkyard or buy brand new. Up to you. Next, we have some dielectric grease to make sure our connections are solid and prevent rust and all that great stuff. And of course, good old lubricant. So, what else are we going to need? Probably a lot of patience, maybe a few band-aids, and a bucket to catch all that fluid that's going to come out when you pull these out. So actually, I forgot that, so I might have to go grab something. See you up there. So some of you astute observers will notice that I'm working on the street right now. That's right, I only have street parking here. I live in a pretty urban area, so you can't really have a driveway every place you live, so maybe someday I'll be lucky enough, but right now I'm working with what I got. So here's a couple tips and tricks for working on the street. This first one's a twofer. So first of all, I like to stretch before I work on my Jeep, and second of all, I like to assert my dominance over the space in which I'm working, so people know that I'm working here and that they can't come around and mess with me. So we're gonna back up. Yeah. The Jeep takes a lot from us, but it ain't gonna take our backs. Alright, tip number 2. When you're working on the street, open up your door, especially if you're working on the side where the street is, which I am. So the wiper fluid bottle is right in the driver's side fender. So I'm gonna be working right here on the street. People tend not to care about other people on the street. They'll run you right over, but they really care about their vehicles. So if you open the door, they don't want to hit your door. So I'm going to leave that open for the duration of while I'm working. There's plenty of room, people can come around, although they may not feel that way. But that's just going to be how it is. Alright, so we've arrived. First step is going to be to remove this inner liner fender. There might have been originally one screw or something, but I'm pretty sure it's only held in by these little Christmas tree bolts. Christmas tree fittings. So I'm gonna go get my tool and pull it out, make myself some room to work with. Alright, I've got this loosened enough where I can pull it out of the way and access what I need to access. Now I don't think I'll be able to get it on film, I'll try. But when I pull it out, we're gonna expect all that fluid to come out. And of course, this decided to happen right when I filled the whole goddamn thing up. So there's gonna be plenty of fluid. Oh, there goes $3. So you might have noticed, but I did grab the lower one, pull out. That way, hopefully all this will drain. Well, that didn't take very long. Alright, so we're gonna unclip these electrical connections, and hopefully they'll come off easy, like anything. And we're gonna remove this rubber hose. And for that, I'm actually going to use vice grips. I use that to remove from the donor ones, and it worked great. So come back when I've got these all removed. Alright folks, and as usual, always remember, never start a job with rubber gloves on, only put them on halfway through. That way you can ensure that you at least have some dirt on your hands, and when you go back inside, your girlfriend know you did something. Okay, let's take a look at these. First of all, right off the bat, I can tell that they're the same thing, so I'm in good shape. And I already know that these work because I hooked them up upstairs on the bench power supply, and I heard them moving. So if you need to replace, I think some of these replacements, if you buy them new, they come with a harness. But if you need to know, when you point it straight up like this, this flat one on the right hand side, that's your negative. That's how I hooked it up to the power supply, and it worked just fine. So let's get these new ones put back in, all hooked up, and I'm gonna put some dielectric grease in the connections, and I'm also going to wait for the garbage truck to pass. Sorry about all the noise. I'm also going to just spray these with WD-40. I don't know. I don't want them to end up looking like that. So even if the stuff only lasts a few weeks, it's a few weeks longer, then maybe they'll last. All right, I'll see you up front. All right, so here are the two connections. And this is why I'm going to be using dielectric grease. So I don't know if that's just nasty grease remnants in there or likely corrosion. So I'm going to scrape that with something. Toothpick or something. I don't know. I'll find something. And yeah, we're gonna deal with that soon. So maybe in an upcoming video. So let me just scrape that stuff out and we'll get going. Alright, so everything's installed up there, and I even buttoned it back up with the that Christmas tree plug right there. Of course the fender liner's misaligned and I popped this thing off. Oh, that thing's... I hate these things. Oh, there it goes. So, remember when I mentioned you needed to bring a little bit of patience to this job? Well, there it is. We'll be dealing with that soon. But before, I'm going to fill this up. And I just noticed that this started cracking, so I'm glad I did get the whole bottle. I can at least pull this off the neck and replace it, the one I got upstairs. I'm going to fill this up enough so I can test it and see what we got. Moment of truth. We'll start with the front. Oh, front works. Alright. Here's the real moment of truth. Let's see. Close up. This thing is never... Oh! I see water drops. It's pretty sad back there, but it's spraying. It's spraying. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Thanks for joining. I know it's just a small job, but hey, maybe someone needs to do it, huh? Thanks all for watching, and hopefully I'll have some more interesting content coming up soon. I definitely have a few jobs in mind. I've done a lot of jobs, you know, obviously. I think there's a lot of content on YouTube for small jobs, big jobs, everything, but you know, I keep watching them over and over, even if I've done them before. I like seeing how different people do them, so I'll show you how I did them, and I give you my perspective. And yeah, like I showed you, we got some rust up front on the fender. We've got some rust other places too on the doors. Maybe I've been looking for doors, honestly. I haven't really wanted to tackle that job of filling and painting and all that stuff, but I think it's going to come to it, because my steel blue pearl coat, whatever the heck they call it, is pretty rare. I think they only made it in 2001, and everything around here is pretty rusty. Funny enough, my neighbor right down the street has the exact same Jeep. It's in really rough shape. I think it probably has over 200,000 miles on it. Not saying anything wrong with that, but it's a Northeast Jeep and they didn't really take care of it, so you know what happens. But thanks again for watching. It means a lot. Man, do I have to say hit that like button? Is that how it goes? Do whatever you want, guys. Until next time, thanks again.